The new channel. The new channel. Hashtag TNC Now.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following shows are those of the host, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello and welcome to the new channel where our passion transforms a community that sees all things new. I am Master Coach LaKendra and I'm streaming live from Dallas, Texas, USA, the home of the Dallas Cowboys, the Mavericks, and the Dallas Stars. And good evening and welcome to 1 Million Life Coaches Around the Globe, Season 1, Episode 3, right here on TNC. Well, all right, I am back. Listen, welcome to the place to be on a Monday night or a Tuesday morning, okay? Our 1 Million Life Coaches Around the Globe platform is really all about bringing heart-centered leaders together to talk about great responsibilities leaders carry and how they carry the load with an even greater responsibility to humanity. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, they say. I'm going to keep saying it because the crown can get heavy sometimes. And it's not easy, y'all. And I am here to eradicate all of the stigmas around strong leadership. So you can see the hearts of real leadership and how they power through every day to continue to give to our communities, to our children and families, providing quality and safe places to learn, heal, grow, and shop. If everyone depends on leaders to solve problems, who do leaders depend on when they need problems solved? It's why I created the 1 Million Life Coaches Around the Globe platform, which is a life coach certification for leaders, helping leaders to get to their next level by helping to cultivate their inner coach. We're on Season 1, Episode 3. I cannot believe it. And it's all about those that keep that apple on their desk. I bet you can't guess. Yep, I am talking about our educators that lead. So let's bring them up. 2 powerful educators that lead that I can't wait for you to meet. First up, I'm going to introduce Coach Doris Jones. She's a 29-year educator who is now the restorative practices specialist at a high school. She is a native Arkansan who has a passion for troubled youth. And y'all, that is an understatement. She has a soul for troubled youth. She was certified by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. She is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and she is the founder of DE Legacy, a business designed to work with incarcerated youth. She has a daughter who has recently graduated from college, and she's now an engineer and such an amazing young woman. She loves to read, she loves to travel, and she loves a good night out with her girls. Let's welcome teacher, business owner, and life coach, Doris Morehead Jones, to the show.
Hello, and thank you for having me.
You look super gorgeous today.
Well, thank you. I wore red for you.
So like a teacher, so like an educator.
And a good pair of pearls helps.
And a good pair of pearls. I love that. So Coach Doris, introduce yourself just really quickly. If just give something special about yourself that I did not say in the introduction, really quick for everyone that's tuning in.
Well, you know what? I could say she's right. 29 years in education. I have enjoyed every year. I don't work with kids traditionally in the classroom now, but I'm still in education. But something that you probably don't know about me is that I am a mother to hundreds of kids. Once they come into my life, they are truly my children for life. So I birthed one, but I am mama to hundreds, probably thousands right now.
Yes, that 100,000, I think that's an accurate number. Okay, let's bring up our next educator that is a leader, and we call her Coach Ronnie B, but it is Coach Ronita Bowser. She is your favorite communication coach, and she is a certified mental health life coach, a public speaker, a certified public educator, a self-published author, a chef, and a serialpreneur, as you can see. She graduated from the University of Nebraska at Omaha with a bachelor's in journalism, and she graduated with her master's degree in theological studies. Her expertise lies in the areas of refining and mastering self-communication, enriching relationships as a spouse and as a partner. And also she's a parent and she's an entrepreneur and also a global thought leader. It is my pleasure, such a big pleasure, to introduce Coach Ronnie B, the expert relationship communication coach, the author, the educator, the CEO of Girl You Better, LLC. And she also is a podcast enthusiast and owner of A Twist of Cheesecake. Girl, come on up here to the stage.
Hello. Good evening.
Man, I love when I meet serialpreneurs because, of course, you know, I'm a serialpreneur, and that just made me feel so sexy in the inside to be able to name all of the things that you do.
Well, look here, Master Coach, because you are Master Coach. You are a great example. And when I met you, you probably don't know this, but you made me feel comfortable with being all of those things, because sometimes people may say, well, you're doing too much. But you showed me that it's okay. It's okay. You can be all things, just maybe in different seasons. So I appreciate that.
You know what? Because one thing that we learn in life coaching is that life coaching don't make you choose. You know, sometimes you can get into professions and it's just like, listen, you need to just hone in here. But I think the pandemic taught us that it is okay to spread your wings and fly as high as you can fly and collect all of those good diamonds that belong to you so you can spread them out. And if that makes you an author, then you're an author. If you are a chef, you're a chef. If you are an educator, whatever it is that you want to be, you have all those diamonds that you can share with the world. So thank you both for being here today. This segment is very, very dear to my heart because I am a retired educator. For 15 years I was a behaviorist, and I loved what I did. It was really all about the youth and how I could help enrich the youth, and then how I can also help strengthen families, because I had a very, very, very unique position, just like you too. So before we get into the questions, baby, we got to come over here and say hello to this beautiful feed, because we have people in the house like Apple. Hello, Apple. Hello, Liza. Hello, Tamasha and Nappy Coach. Oh, Febby. Hello, Febby. Hello, Tiff. She says, hello, Doris Smith Jones. That's somebody, that's one of your super fans, I'm sure. So we have people all popping up here just to see you. And those of you who are tuning in, if you have not yet, please invite one of your business besties or just your bestie or just anybody into the house, especially if they are a parent that have children that go to school, because it's going to get real juicy in here tonight, right? Because it's all about, why did you get into education and then become a life coach to stay in education, which is going to be my very, very first question for Coach Doris. So Coach Doris, you have been an educator for pretty much all of your life.
Yeah.
What made you become a certified life coach?
In the beginning, we hear the term life coach and you're thinking, what does that really mean? I've seen celebrities on television who were life coaches, but that's as far as it went until I took your class, and I realized that it taught me how to first manage my own life. And once I realized that there were so many kinks and things that I needed to learn about myself and work through myself, I realized it made me a better educator, because I learned how to do the work for myself first. And so that translated over into the way that I worked with my kids. And so that's why I wanted to be a life coach. It really, truly helped me learn to manage the way I lived my life. And so it supported me as I teach my children, who are my students, how to live their best lives.
Oh my gosh. I so love that. I love how you have ownership of those kids, because it really helps you to expand your capacity for them, even when life gets rocky for you, because you do have a great responsibility when you're there in that school. And I'm so glad that life coaching has given you the heart to serve even higher, that I can't even imagine, because you already serve so high.
You know what? I tell you, what it did was it taught me really how to just sit in it and breathe in it. And I'm a perfectionist when it comes to things at work. If I'm planning an event for my kids, or if I'm planning something for the school, I'm a perfectionist. I need it to be spectacular. But what I've learned is how to work through my imperfections and those things that, hey, if it didn't turn out right, if I didn't say the right thing, if something didn't go well, it's okay. I learned how to just suck it up, breathe through it, and move on to the next thing. And next time it'll be better.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said a key thing also too, Coach Doris, and that was, it helped me to take care of myself first. And that's really what life coaching is all about. It really helps you to discover your inner coach, so you can take care of yourself, so you can be effective, even more effective on the job. So that was so key. Thank you for sharing. Coach Ronnie B, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. So tell me, with your long, beautiful professional background, like, what made you become a life coach?
I would say first, what made me become a life coach is I realized that at an early age, I was that go-to girl. Like, I was the one who people confided their secrets in. I was the one who people looked for advice. What should I do? What should I do? And being that I'm the baby of my family, even I had older sisters who would ask me, or sometimes I would act as the mediator. And so I found myself in a place where, counseling, I respect counselors. They are needed. But I realized that there was an extra component that was like an extra skill set that I felt that I needed in order to really truly help the people that I love, but also the people that I was going to impact in my professional life, in my classroom. I started out in high school. And because I started out in high school, that's that age when, you know, they're in relationships, they're thinking about what they want to do in their life, they're trying to balance a job, you know, their schoolwork. And so I would have students that were not even mine come to my classroom. I would have other students referring other students, come, talk to Mama B. I had a nickname, Mama B. Go talk to Mama B. She can help you. And so what I realized is that, you know what, in order to help my students even better, even with me being a special education educator right now in the elementary level, I realized that life coaching, it was not only going to help me, but it was also going to help my students.
You dropped so many gems there that a lot of people who are tuning in right now, they're leaders in their own, you know, respective territory, just to hear about how life coaching helps you to expand your heart so you can be more present. And one thing that you said, Ronnie B, that I really love is that they called you Mama B. Like Aaliyah over here is saying, Aaliyah said Mama B. She's calling you Mama B over here. Because once again, we heard Coach Doris said she called her students her children. And then here you over here saying that the students call you Mama B. And I understand that because that's when I became a parent, when I became an educator. Now, can Ronnie B, can you expand just a little bit or expound just a little bit more on why do you feel that the students adopt their teachers, especially those heart-centered teachers, as parents inside of the school?
Well, the reality of it is a lot of parents are busy. They're working, they're doing life. And we as educators are spending more time or finding ourselves having more opportunities to be able to listen, to be able to observe, because that's our responsibility to always observe. But students, when they see that they are being heard, when students are noticed that, you know what, she hears my voice, she noticed me today, she asked me how I was doing. Sometimes that is not happening at home. Sometimes it's, oh, what are your grades looking like? Oh, you better get to school on time. Oh, you're tardy again. They calling me. You know, I think as parents, as being a life coach, it taught me how to even be a better parent to my own children and to be more in tune with truly what is going on, what's on the heart of all of these babies.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And those of you who are tuning in, you know, you are watching 1 Million Life Coaches around the globe here on the new channel. So thank you so much for sharing that. Do you have anything to add to that, Coach Doris?
You know, I always think of that. It takes a village to raise a kid. And a lot of times parents, you know, parents give us the best that they have and they do the best that they can. But especially with this economy and people are working 2 and 3 jobs just to make ends meet, a lot of time they need us as educators to step in and pick up the slack. If they can't make it to a game, we make sure we're in the stands cheering their kids on. If they don't have lunch money, we make sure that they eat. We keep snacks in our classroom. You know, if there's a coat they need, we buy them shoes. We do everything just like a parent, but not out of obligation, but out of the love that we have for our kids. And so we are with our students more than their parents most of the time. And so why not? We just make it a family, a community, and they rely on us just like we rely on them every day. And we're there to serve our kids in whatever capacity they need. And sometimes it's as a parent figure.
I love that. I love that. I love that you said it's not that, you know, we're trying to overstep, but we are your community, because
Yes.
it does take a community to raise a village, which is going to bring me to how can you address the parents as far as parents who may be having behavior difficulties with their kids, because you are the child expert, okay? And then you have so many parents that may be having behavior problems with their kids that are out of the norm. How can you give them some tools, or what can you speak to of how you help to maybe deflect behaviors or to redirect the behaviors at school that they may can use at home? Which one of y'all want to go first?
I can.
Okay.
I just spoke to that today with a parent. First, allowing and letting parents and kids know it's okay not to be okay. Sometimes we have, I had a kid who never had anxiety before, but coming back from COVID created anxiety. So when you have those, what you do is you just teach them the tools on how do I deal with this when this anxiety attack comes on me in a moment's notice. And I've never experienced this before. And so once parents realize that it's okay for my kid not to be okay, and that there are people there equipped to give them the tools that they need, to teach them how to breathe deeply and to be mindful of their space around them, and to learn how to do relaxation techniques in order to just calm themselves in the moment, to teach them how to redirect that negative thinking to a positive mindset. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes consistency. And so when parents realize, okay, she's here more than just to teach my kid about English or how to write well. She wants my kid to be healthy and whole emotionally, mentally. And that way they give their best selves. And so I spend a lot of time just teaching kids how to breathe through it. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be perfect. And then once the kids realize I have somebody that I can go to, that I can share these insecurities with, or these little quirks that I'm having and I don't understand, once they realize that there's someone there to listen and to help, parents open up, and so do the kids. And they're receptive to whatever tools that we give them.
Yes, I really, really love that. It was something that I had to learn when I was an educator, as well, is helping, like giving my parents strategies, because the behaviors that I would hear at home, I would not see at school. And parents, in my slang, they feel some type of way about that.
Mhm.
It's like, what do you mean that my baby don't, do these type of things at school? And instead of keeping that secret of nurture that you have with their child, I think that educators really should, teach the parent those strategies, and then that way it bridges the gap, so the child is now hearing the same type of nurture, not only at home but also at school. What about you, Coach Ronita?
I would say, as a communication coach, number one, it is always important, and I think parents appreciate communication. That is something that starts from day one. When you interact with a student, when you interact with a parent, it's important to highlight some of those great things that the student offer. Whether it be their personality, whether it be something with their academics. But the most important thing is that as educators, we prove to parents, and we prove to students that we truly are a resource beyond teaching math. We are a resource beyond teaching English or science. We are a resource for life. And once they realize it's a resource for life, and we really do have their not only their grade in mind, but their whole well-being, their mind, their body, and soul, I believe that we can win the parents over, and they can see that, man, this teacher is, man, she's the real deal, or he's the real deal. This could be somebody who potentially could mentor my student. This could be a person that in the future my child may come back and say thank you to. And parents need to have that trust, because during the pandemic, there was so much isolation, and that isolation, it starts to deteriorate the relationship between the educator and the parent, but also the student. So now is the time, now that the pandemic is over and everything, we have to cultivate those relationships and cultivate the communication. We have several ways to communicate. And it's just important that parents understand that we're not here just to give your baby a grade. We're here for their overall well-being.
My goodness. Oh my gosh. I know if parents are listening right now, they're having a lot of aha moments because you said something so transformational for me, and that is parents need to look at educators as a resource of life for their child. That is so amazing, which means that parents and teachers should be in a partnership together while raising this one child at a time. So parents, if you're out there and you are listening, just think about, as your kids are going back to school and some of them are already in school, how now you can extend your vocabulary, your definition of a teacher beyond just teacher that teaches a subject, but a teacher that is resourceful for the life of your child. And when you need something, when you have no one to turn to, right? When no one is listening, when you need just guidance or you need that advice, your educators are resources for you to help you to shape and redirect your child. That was so beautiful. Like, I got goosebumps. Okay. So those of you who are jumping in here and tuning in, thank you. I am Master Coach LaKendra Smalley, and you are watching 1 Million Life Coaches Around the Globe with these two beautiful educators that lead. I'm going to jump over here because I just can't, I'm so ADHD, y'all. I can just multitask all this stuff in my mind, but the chat is lit, okay? So we got new people who have jumped in, Aaliyah, Tamasha, Giorgio, all of you, Ronita, thank you for joining in. I want to just read a couple of the comments. Coach Febby says, give it up for these powerful educators. Love this and thank you for all that you do. Adam says, I love that students need to be heard. And you're so right. Everybody in the world needs to be heard. It's one of the needs of just all of humanity. Aaliyah says, some parents do not know how to respond to the trauma the kids have because the parents have never addressed their own. Oh my gosh. Spot on. Real quick before we get ready to go to break, so everybody can go take a little potty break and get something to drink and come on back to the screen. I want to ask that it kind of transitioned me into talking about COVID because we're still in the pandemic, right? Mm-hmm. How has COVID impacted mental health in education, and what are things that you are seeing, and what value are you adding maybe into your classroom or into the school to help with this? Coach Doris, do you want to start with that?
Right. I think it makes me sad because for a year and a half, our kids weren't socialized and they were stuck in a house seemingly by themselves, to an island to themselves, especially if parents still had to work. And so I've noticed that a lot of kids have come back and they're filled with anxiety and depression, and they're exhibiting signs of things that they've never experienced before the COVID hit. And so we came back to kids who were angry and aggressive and filled with anxiety, and they were sad and their moods were up and down and they had no idea why. And so they're thrown back into a world filled with masks and hand sanitizers, and you got to be careful. We've lost so many loved ones. And so our kids were going through a roller coaster of emotions. And so I thought about all of the adults and how we handled being on lockdown for a year and a half. Now imagine these children who every day they're missing out on socializing with their friends and that one-on-one contact that they need. And so they learn how to live through a screen. And sometimes living your life online and through social media, you get a false sense of what life is really like until you have to go back outside. And so in the beginning, we saw a lot of fights and angry kids. And the more they're starting to open up now and realize that people truly care about them as a whole, as a person, I think more and more kids are learning to utilize different tools and resources to help them overcome all of those issues that they were starting to face after COVID. And so those are just a few of the things that I've noticed a lot of since the pandemic.
And that's a lot of the few things. So that was a lot of things, right? And this is why I love when educators become life coaches, because like one of our viewers said that, you know, the parents aren't equipped. Well, parents are also teachers. Parents go to work and they go into fields like education, and I'm glad that both of you are certified life coaches, and you really have kind of what they say, go beyond the call of duty. You have gone beyond the call of duty when you got that certification. What about you, Coach Ronnie B? What are things that you are seeing, and how are you addressing it in school since being, you know, after COVID?
Yes. Well, I definitely echo Coach Doris. Just a few extra things that I have observed is trauma. So during lockdown and that time where children were in the house and not able to socialize, there was abuse that occurred. There was, whether it was physical abuse, verbal abuse, and so, and a lot of that had to deal with, you know, parents or whoever was taking care of them at the time, not being able to cope with having their children there all that time. And unfortunately, when children came back to school and we noticed the increase in abusive cases and children acting out, it impacted how teachers could actually have the opportunity to educate, because you had to address certain behaviors. But now, since then, even more, if a lot of you don't know, social emotional learning is now a part of the curriculum. It is part of the day. So early in the morning, usually at elementary, or I don't care, even if it's in high school, as educators, we have had to be trained on social emotional learning to help children cope with their feelings, with their trauma, with life issues. And that's what I noticed.
Yes, and I love, you know, the whole social emotional model. It really takes me back from, you know, when I was in education, and you know, back then it was called Leading with Love, the love and logic model. But you said something that was so important, Coach Ronnie B, and that is teachers are now having to learn how to have more emotional intelligence in the classroom. Teachers are now learning how to have more empathy and compassion for our kids. It's no longer just all about, you know, the test scores. It's all about the social emotional part, the whole human being of the child. And I think that is so magnificent. And I commend all school districts who are training their staff to get there, right? Okay, so we have great comments over here. David Crop says, deep truths and truthfully inspiring. Thank you so much for that. Lanita says, as a parent, my anxiety was on 100. I took that into consideration, and it made me handle my daughter a little more gently than before. Thank you so much for that. Also, Lanita, because parents, you got to be kind to yourself, as you know, as well. We all went through a disruption when COVID happened, and we are still in the aftermath of it. So listen here, before we go on our break, we're going to let's just breathe through it real quick, right? On 3, we're gonna breathe in and exhale. Do it too on your screen, because this was so juicy. So 1, 2, 3, breathe in, release. because when you start talking about kids, it gets emotional
Yes.
because our children are our future. So let's talk about this one word before we go on a break, okay? So I want everybody in the audience, listen, I'm loving the fire chat over here, right? Because we have some gifts at the end, and because you are participating, honey, you are going to be considered. So thank you for communicating with us and keep communicating. But I want everybody that's tuning in, think of one word that when you're down and out, when you need that extra boost, your girlfriend won't answer the phone, your homeboy, he ain't answering the phone, the kids, they not listening to you, your spouse is like, listen, deal with your own problem. What's that one word that gets you all the way together that you can just speak to your own soul and it brings you right back? One word. Coach Runabee, what's your one word?
Resilience.
Why resilience?
Resilience, because on the daily 24/7 365, life is going to throw you something that you are not prepared for. Well, I won't take that back. Not that you haven't prepared yourself in that day, but you have to be resilient, and you have to come back quick. You have to come back quick for stuff. You can't allow things to just drag you down, drag you this way, So resilient, be resilient. Like no matter what, choose to have a great day. Choose. Oh, that's somebody was talking. Yeah,
I love that.
That's my word.
Love that. Resilient. So you're having a bad day and you can just say resilient and your brain responds, your heart starts to wake up and beat, and you just be like, running beat. Get it together, girl. Okay, I got that. All right, Coach Doris, what is your one word and why?
My one word is serenity, because when I just saying the word, it automatically brings peace, and I can visualize what that word looks like. And, and I'm a multitasker like you, and I'm doing 10,000 things at once, but I have learned to take care of self, and that is always keeping peace in my mind, no matter what's going on. I may have a moment, but that doesn't last long. So serenity is I need to get a shirt with serenity on it.
Yeah, see, you see what I'm saying? Because
serenity.
These one words are like lifelines, right? So I love that we have resilient for Coach Runabee, we have serenity for Coach Doris. Like both of those really speak to my soul. In the past week, because of course, I'm doing this every week, so I'm having to come up with one word like every week now. So my one word, in all honesty, just over the weekend, what I felt myself speaking was peace. Just saying it, just peace. Because I have such an interactive brain, and sometimes it can be overwhelming. Plus, I'm a CEO. Plus, I'm all these other things. And sometimes I can just speak peace in my own mind, and it will calm itself down. So in these one words, parents, those of you who are tuning in, even if you're educators, have your students to think of those one words that can help them and teach them why they're so powerful and impactful. Let's go over here to let's read a couple of the one words over here. We have Febby. She said perseverance.
Yes.
Perseverance. I love that. Yes, that used to be one of my one words. Lanita, like this is so breathtaking. Lanita says survivor. Remind yourself, right, that you are a survivor. I love that. Adam says believe. Yes. Aaliyah says purpose. I love that. Ortega says grace. Yes.
These are great.
I want y'all to keep them coming. I want to read one last thing before we go to break. Let's read what David said. When we come back from break, I'm going to catch up on your words. But David said, and I'm sure it's when we were talking, he said facts. When kids were taught to be quiet and hush hush, so the only liberation was at school. was at school, and the wisdom of a real educator noticed immediately that this particular child needed attention. You guys are wonderful. Amen. Thank you so much for David. And that is going to bring us to a break. And we want you to take a quick break. You see how fire this talk is today. So while we're gone, bring some people in so they can be here when we come back. And we'll be back right after these messages. Hello and welcome back. We are the 1 million life coaches around the globe, and you are here with us, just being able to hold space with our educators as they talk about the heavy crown that they wear as educators that lead, but they do it anyway, and they do it with love, and they do it in spite of, and we really appreciate you being here. Now, let's show you just really quickly some of the other beautiful shows that also comes on TNC, the new channel, that we would love for you to learn about. So the new channel is an online alternative, new media platform of online shows for people on the go. Please watch all of our shows as seen on the screen and listen, close your eyes. Just close your eyes for me really quick. And imagine you having your own show, your own playlist, your own content, and you don't have to do it all alone because TNC got you covered. TNC aims to transform the lives of our viewers through engaging, authentic, and original content. Our channel is a responsible global 24/7 platform that showcases Filipino talent, global influencers like myself, cultural intelligence, and ingenuity. Catch 1 million life coaches around the globe live every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time as you're winding down from a goal-driven day, and every Tuesday morning in the Philippines at 9:30 a.m. as you get ready to slay your daily goals. You can watch us live or on replay via Facebook or YouTube. Follow us on IG, listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Just search hashtag TNC Now. For sponsorships, please email now@thenewchannel.com or DM us, direct message on the new channel, and enjoy these life-changing shows because we made them just for you. I just always love that. Listen, so we're looking for more sponsors to help keep our show thriving across the airways. So if you could use some additional exposure for your brand, we would love to talk to you. And just like I said, you can email us at nowthenewchannel.com, or you can DM us. And if you're a part of our global community already, you can inbox us at the 1 million life coaches around the globe. So let's go ahead and bring our guests back up. One day I'm going to get that round of applause thing. Like, woo, I'm going to get it one day. Welcome back, guests. I want to go in first, and let's just go ahead and wrap up everybody one words because I love the participation. So David said his one word is freedom. Love that. So he speaks freedom to himself, right? Coach K Sabala, welcome back. Coach K Sabala says her one word is patience. And Nia Purpose Jones, which is Nappy Coach, she says her one word is nappy. And we would love for you to type out what nappy means in the comments. So thank you so much for that. I just love that, we're all certified life coaches on here. And I decided that I wanted to have a coach crush of the week. So let's bring up our coach crush of the week and celebrate who this special person is. Yes, everybody, clap it up. Just send me some hand claps over here. Send me some of those little confetti explosions, thumbs up. Send me all of that good stuff in the feed so we can celebrate Coach Christina Richardson, who is on a mission to help people get their buying power back. If you want to know more about Coach Christina, I mean, she is helping people to get their credit, restore their credit, and get business credit, and get all those things together so they can have better buying power, and so you can withstand another pandemic or a recession. So shout out to my coach crush of the week. I love Coach Christina. Yes. Okay, so another thing that I want to do before we kind of break, and I'm going to give you two just a little bit of time to kind of just talk to the audience and share your heart, is I am wanting to do or started doing small acts of kindness. I'm really, really big on that, y'all, because as leaders, without our communities, you have no platform. without the support of our communities patronizing our business. So as leaders, we need to get bigger on giving back, right? So I challenge all of the leaders who come here on 1 Million Life Coaches around the globe to just spread a little love, right? Just spread just a little love. So all of you who are participating, you have already been entered to receive some free love. So here are the rules, okay? Because we're not ready to give it out just yet, but I want to just entice you just a little bit so you can know what we're giving out during our small act of kindness segment. Everyone that participate in the live show, which those of you who are over in the feed, and the feed is lit and I love it, you're going to be placed in a drawing, okay? And the whole goal is for you to what? Comment. If you can share out the show, please share it out, or just continue to invite people into the show, so everybody can have a chance. You may know somebody, I don't know, maybe they spirits down, and who knows, maybe the energy is going to sway their way so they can, win some acts of kindness from our special guest on the day. So shout out to Jade DeMessa, who won last week. She won 3 sessions of Power of Your Mind by Dr. Coach Romel. And I just love that. So hopefully they've already connected so she can get her small acts of kindness. And Sheila Portillo won Coach Stacy's free business consult, which is going to be so super high.
That's good.
But I don't know. This week's is hot. I really want to be in a drawing. I don't know if that's fair or not. Okay. So what we're going to be giving away is a 1 hour of self-communication coaching session with Coach Ronnie B. 1 hour, y'all. 1 hour session on a minimum looks like $214 or more just for an hour. So this is a great gift, especially if you are just needing someone to talk to and help you to get to your next level. So we have that. But then that Coach Doris came back because she's such a giver. And she is giving away 2 guilt-free pleasure gift cards to spend any way you want it. And the value is $50 a card. $50 a card. Do you hear me? So these are our beautiful gifts that we're giving away through our small act of kindness segment. We'll be getting into it a little bit later. So I want y'all to keep commenting because you don't want to get lost in the feed. It's easy when we can just scroll down and we write your names down, because we're going to put them in this beautiful little heart right here. And we're going to shake to the bottom of the lake. And we're going to see who's going to win. We're going to see who's going to win these gifts. Okay, y'all got it? So we got people popping in. People are congratulating Coach Christina, which is our Coach Crush of the Week. Thank you. All right, now we're back. So I want to give both of you just a couple of minutes. Coach Ronnie B, what do you have going on? How can people find you on social media and all those good things? So you're up.
Okay. Well, if you're on Facebook, it's Ronita Bowser. If you're on Instagram, it's Coach Ronnie B. That's CoachRonib. I'm also found on TikTok, trying to get that going, and also Indeed as well as Ronita Bowser. Now, one thing I do want to with my mastery of self-communication session that you're going to experience, whether, I'll just say this. First of all, you have to have a heart-to-heart with yourself. Let's start there. Once you have a heart-to-heart with yourself, you can hear the cry of your heart. You can hear the need. So the purpose of that is to what? Confront the regret, confront failures, confront mistakes, improve your communication, most important of all, because guess what? Relationships impact your life, your parenting, your relationships, business, whatever. Relationships affect your life. So you need to be able to be a great communicator and stop the bleeding, right? Stop the bleeding. Stop the miscommunication. Um, and discover and acknowledge the common denominator of what's going on. Because the art of positive self-talk is what powers your words and creates a reality that you desire, that you truly need. So you have to be able to speak over yourself, positive affirmations, own your story, tell your story, and regret nothing about your story, because there's power in your testimony of survival. And I'll just say this before I get long-winded, because I can be on here for a long time, but you have to increase in wisdom and in knowledge. And what that means is that, once you align yourself and you actually congratulate yourself for surviving to where you have gotten now, but you know that you need some growth, then that is something that you are going to experience in a session with me. And I love it. I love what I do.
All right. Thank you, Coach Ronnie B. So anybody who wins that you already see is so needed. How about you, Coach Doris? Anything that you want to leave with our audience? Tell them how they can contact you, if they need you, and all that good stuff.
Well, I am on Facebook as Doris Smith Jones. My Instagram, my students actually created for me, and it's Mama Morehead, which is what they called me. So you can reach me there. What I would love to leave with you, if you are parents, talk to your children and do a mental health check with them on a daily basis. My daughter's 22, and I still call her, and if she doesn't sound quite right, I'm going, everything okay? You sure everything is okay? Because sometimes kids don't know how to articulate what's happening with them. I specialize in working with teenagers, specifically at-risk kids. That's my specialty. So if I have any parents on here who need some tips or just some help with dealing with your kid with whatever issues they may be going through, please don't hesitate to reach out. I know I'm giving away gift cards, but for any parent who needs tips on teaching their kids to deal with any kind of behavior issues, mental health issues, anything they have going on in their lives, feel free to reach out to me for some free sessions, some free advice, whatever it could do to make sure your child is healthy, happy, and whole.
Oh, I so love that. So you heard from Coach Doris. If you need parents, if you need any type of help, Coach Doris is the woman for you. So let's go ahead, and I want to, this is drum rolls, please. Let's give away our first gift card, and that gift card is called a guilt-free pleasure gift card. Okay. So
you want to know why we call it that, LaKendra?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because anytime somebody else pays for you to enjoy yourself, if it's a good meal, if it's to get your nails done, or for men to get a nice facial, it should be guilt-free, and you should just sit back and enjoy it. So enjoy this on me.
Enjoy this on Coach Doris. And the person who is going to be enjoying it is Ronita Renee. Woo! Congratulations. If somebody can type her good name in the feed. And so what we need for you to do, Ronita, is to inbox us your mailing address, your contact information, so we can make sure, there she goes, she's beautiful too, so you can get your gift card. Okay, the second acts of kindness, small acts of kindness that we're going to give away is going to be the 1 hour of self-communication coaching session with Coach Ronnie B. That is valued way over $300. So let's see who got this coming up. Are y'all excited? It goes to K Sabala. Kay Sabala. Oh, that is so exciting. So congratulations, Kay Sabala. You have won a 1 hour beautiful session with Coach Ronnie B. Okay. And the last but not least, we're giving away the last $50 gift card so you can go and just splurge on yourself. Okay. It goes to David Crop. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Lord, I tried this. Look, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I did put my name in there one time just to see. Just to see. So, congratulations to all of our winners on tonight. We are now getting ready to close. If you enjoyed 1 million life coaches around the globe, just do something for me. Go ahead and share it out. Go and write a review or something. Like, write a review if you really enjoyed the show, and be back here with us next week on Monday, 8:30 for our next special guest. So, are you a leader looking for an online community to be a part of? If you are, join our Facebook group, 1 million life coaches around the globe. You just type it out and answer the questions and get in a group with us, and get some inspiration so you can feel supported and not alone. And if you are ready to take your life to the next level, and if you feel that you are a pretty good person in the heart, I offer all heart centered leaders to explore GICE Life Coach Certification for Leaders. Our model, which is our heart model, in course was designed just for you, as you can see. It's going to help teach you how to discover your own inner coach all of the time. So, are you feeling burnt out? And do you feel that there are like more opportunities that you should be exploring, but you have a hesitation, or maybe there's a fear or judgment, or maybe even the feeling of rejection of others? Are you tired of your own emotional ups and downs? Or do you feel that you can just be a better leader? And how do I define leaders? You're a mom, you're a dad, you're a neighbor, you're a supervisor, you're a CEO, a manager, a politician, a doctor, a teacher, a makeup artist. I'm gonna keep going. A fashion designer, a motivational speaker, a police officer, an author, an artist, or just an online influencer. All of the whole world has a special leader inside of them because we influence people's decisions and behaviors and emotions every single day. So I can go on and on and on. But all of these people lead. And 1 million life coaches around the globe is on a mission to have 1 million life coaches leading with love, with one representing all 195 countries. Is it possible? Damn right it is. It is possible. You know why? Because you are possible in every area of your life. You are possible to be the best version of yourself. And it doesn't matter what your past was. It doesn't matter what you're suffering through. You are possible. So please explore our website and connect with us there. And we will see you on next Monday at 8:30 p.m. and 9:30 a.m. on Tuesday for 1 million life coaches around the globe. Be sweet, and I'm sending you love and light. Bye for now.
Good night.
Bye.